Good morning, YouTube. Morty here again. Something else that may be overlooked by families that with children is their education. In a shtf situation, or in even a momentary issue where your school's taken out by a tornado, or any of the things that can happen, there may come a time when you have to educate your children for yourself. And most people are not prepared for that at all. They don't, they have to scrounge up hunting for a pencil to send their kid to school with when he comes up and says he's out of pencils. We just don't have the things that we used to have. We've been spoiled by the internet. No longer do kids have to go, look up the definition of a word or the spelling of a word in a dictionary. They just run to the internet and look it up. Same thing with maps and geography, everything. Anything a child wants to know, we just look it up on the internet. For some of us homeschoolers, we're very spoiled by the fact that we don't keep a lot of workbooks around. We have our websites that we go to that we can create our own worksheets and then print them off. But there's going to come a time that that's not going to be feasible, or it's not going to be available to us. One of the things that we need to be looking at, particularly on the Dollar Tree website, is the fact that we can get all of these different kinds of things for our home schooling. Things like everything from classroom decorations, which you think, well, that wouldn't be that important. But if you're in a situation where you're just on your own, you're not dealing with any threats, you're not bugging out or anything like that, when you're basically sheltering in place, these things would be very comforting and help with children. Like, being able to have their calendars up there, or they have great posters that you can buy 2 of them for $1. And they show everything from the elements. You can get them that show all the letters. You can get them that show just, your facts tables, your math facts, like all your addition, your multiplication tables, your, division. You can get all of those sort of things. Misspelled words, word blends, just a myriad of different things that you can get to, to hang up on walls for the children, as, to remind them as teaching tools. Things like teaching children to tell time. So many of us don't even have analog clocks anymore. Everything we have is digital. This is another, other good items. Reinforcements, prizes and awards, stickers. These are actually, they come in, like paper where you just rip them off and you write you can write their name and their certificate on there. Those are very motivational tools. That's why schools still use them. It's because children love to have that piece of paper that says good job on it, and have it be flowered and have their name all written pretty on it. Here's the other things, workbooks. This is the one that I was talking, one of the major things I was talking about. These things, they're reproducible. You can print them off and make more from these, but they're, like I said, in a time comes you may not have that. And these are some, the time tests you can do. Workbooks, kindergarten, first grade, simple stuff, teaching them their numbers, teaching them their alphabet, phonics, reading, addition, math. The core basis to all learning happens in those first few years. Learning your math facts, learning to read, reading phonetically. These are all very important things to have around, if not for your children, say your grandchildren, or children that may just come to be with you because they don't have anywhere else to be. You're going to have to educate these children. You can get them and all their Disney stuff in order to help keep them occupied, keep them, enthused about learning. But they also have wonderful books. Animal world, science, space. That's the other thing. We need to be looking for encyclopedias, history books, science books, the how does it work books. And if you can't find them at the Dollar Tree and you're still strapped for cash, check garage sales, thrift stores, amazing places to find dictionaries, thesauruses, things that homes just do not have anymore since we have the internet. That may not be there. If you're into the whole Common Core thing, they got the workbooks for that too. Like I said, there's just a myriad of things that you can get here that will help you learn. Teacher ideas, things to, as non-teachers, there may be things that you need to, that you need to be able to be like a teacher. Some, like I said, just simple ideas. Flashcards, coloring books, puzzles, games. All of these things are things that we need to be thinking about, as well as the pens and pencils and markers and whiteboards and wipe-off markers. Whiteboard is shower board you can pick them up at Dollar Tree, you can pick them up at Walmart, but honestly, it's shower board that you can pick up at your local hardware store, and you just cut it to the size you need. You can have a big one to put on the wall, and then, the scraps that are left over can be for the children. Chalkboards and chalkboard paint. We have it in our up the staircase. We made one whole wall that was nothing but chalkboard paint, so the kids could stand at different levels on the staircase and have their own area to be able to draw, color, do math facts, write words on, but just with chalkboard paint. Because they need to be able to work things out in their head. We took a whiteboard and put it on top of the table in the classroom, so that while they're sitting there working at the table, they don't need scratch paper. They can just pull out their dry erase marker and they can do their scribbling on there, get their answer, and then wipe it off, and they can go again, so they're not wasting a lot of paper and we don't end up with a lot of trash. But this is something that is definitely overlooked by many, even seasoned preppers, let alone newbie preppers, is the fact that there might come a time when we have to educate our children for ourselves, and they at least need the basics: math, reading, and science. The history will come, if you can find the history books and stuff like that. To me, history is vitally important. It truly is, because if we don't know our history, we're going to repeat it, and we're still doing it. But for most people, it's the reading, the writing, and the arithmetic is so important. But when you're out garage sailing, when you're out at your thrift stores looking for your other preps, don't forget to look for your teaching tools and your teaching items, because it's something that's going to come up. I hope this has given you some ideas of what else to look for and other aspects of prepping. Morty out.